Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Merika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
'Cause we don't. So adult fail for me. I don't really have one. Probably haven't worked out in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, that's very not good. This week has been very busy with job stuff, and I have 10 cases of beer in my car from Lagunitas that I need to get out, and other stuff that I have to drop off at the brewery. And still don't have a valid license. That's still going on.
This is the ongoing story of our podcast.
So, it's I'm getting closer to my destination of trying to keep my parents' address on my license. Okay. I finally mailed a piece of mail to myself, and it took freaking forever because...
You mailed a piece of mail to your parents' address?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I found the envelope at the restaurant because that's where I mailed it from. And there's the restaurant's address on the envelope. And they're can't find sender or something lame like that. I'm like, what the hell? My aunt sent me socks in October through the mail with my parents' address. I don't understand.
Wait, Marika, I'm so confused. You mailed the piece of mail from your dad's restaurant to your house in Elgin.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened? It wasn't
They
delivered?
returned it back to the restaurant. The mail.
Oh, return to sender.
Return to sender. And they said they couldn't find me. And I actually removed the yellow sticker sender thing off the envelope, so it just looks like it's been stamped, and it actually was sent to the address.
Good for you. I guess.
I haven't gone to the DMV yet because things are crazy with...
I feel like the post office, they were you're 30 and you don't live with your parents anymore, so no, we're not sending you this letter.
No, that's exactly what I was we know you're lying.
They're we cross-referenced your birth date with the current date, and you're not living there.
No, you haven't lived there for 2 years. You've been this at Hanover Park for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I don't think you all of a sudden move back home. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just talk about my success and my fail. My success was that I went to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh my God, Miles.
Monday, Wednesday before work. And then, honestly, I think the hardest was Friday, because it's Friday. And I was I put my gym shoes in my backpack that I went to work with, and I was I'm not even, because I passed my house to go to the gym, and I was I'm not even gonna go home. I'm gonna go straight from work to the gym.
Yes!
Even though it's Friday and I really want to go home and watch RuPaul's Drag Race, buy it on iTunes. But, so I feel that was the hardest part.
Yeah, no, it is. You just have to have your, stuff with you, to change into.
Yeah, because I was if I go home, I'll never leave.
Yeah, you'll never leave. You'll
today.
I want to lay down. I want to eat food.
Yeah.
Let me, eat food while laying down.
Play Mario Kart and listen to a podcast.
Oh, Mario Kart is coming on smartphones.
I saw that. I wonder if it'll be any good.
I hope so. I'm excited. I miss my Gameboy Advance.
Where is it?
I don't know. I think my mom gave it away because I didn't play it for 10 years.
You can probably just get another one for cheap.
Probably.
My adult fail is last week after the podcast, Merika and I went out to Boys Town, which I am generally a hater of Boys Town, probably unfairly, fairly and unfairly.
Yeah.
But it was actually really fun, and especially I was kind of charmed by Replay because it was just music videos and fun music and popcorn.
That was really cute.
And everyone was just fun, and it wasn't
There's a place to put your coats on top of the arcade games.
There you go.
Okay, that's my main thing. I'm gonna put my fucking winter coat.
Oh, I know.
How am I gonna dance
No.
Okay.
Chicago's so stupid. They're wear your winter boots and your long underwear and dance with your coat in your hand. That's fun for you, right?
In a crowded club.
No.
Yeah. Fun.
I thought about going out on last Thursday because Berlin had this K-pop night at Berlin, and Tommy was going to it.
Ooh.
But I had to work on Friday and I had to do laundry, and I was even if I go to this, I'm on a bike there, so I'm gonna wear long underwear, and then I'm gonna be in a hot room in long underwear holding my coat, and that does not sound fun.
Why didn't you take public transportation? The Brown Line's right there.
Because I was because I had to work the next day, so I was like, biking is the fastest way for me to get there and get home. So like, but then I had gonna have to be like wearing long underwear because it was 9 degrees, and I was like, I'm not going. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
I'm gonna be like tired and hot, and then cold.
Tired. These are, you guys, these are old people problems. Like, Miles like turned 30 like a couple of weeks early.
Oops. But what I feel like my fail was, I mean, it was an educational fail. It was like we went out to Boys Town or whatever, and we're like at the first venue, and there's like this amazing band, and these women are like have like gelled hair.
Oh my
and
God,
like
they
doing
were
push-ups
so
and they're
good. They
muscular.
were cat something. There was a
Their name?
Yeah, there was a
remember that.
cat in the name of the
Yeah.
band. I would say cat fight, but that's not right. That's not correct.
Yeah.
There is more of a unison, like, happy name with cat in it. But they were so fucking dope and cool. And they all had really great arms, guys.
Yeah.
Toned arms.
Yeah.
So inspiring.
They were doing like jump clap push-ups on stage. And
Oh
stuff.
my, yes. They probably do push-ups like every fucking day.
Probably.
Okay, sorry. I'm like really, you know, like around this time, like it's arms are a thing now. It's not abs, it's arms for women.
I feel like
It's true.
girls decide what the thing is.
Yeah,
to
it's
be,
true.
Because they're like, how can we market? But then it's really like, no, you need to ask straight men what the thing is, and it's still boobs.
No.
Like, straight guys' tastes are never going to change.
Because, okay, first of all, straight guys think they know what it is. Okay? For example, I get many compliments when I wear a choker. I'm like, I really like your necklace.
By men or women?
By men.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, you want to know why? Because it elongates my neck. Because this, like, collarbone neck area, very attractive. But they don't know they're attracted to it. Okay?
Maybe they don't know that they're into choke play.
Yeah. They don't.
Maybe it's like, ooh.
So, but, like, when they see a woman with, like, you know, definition her arms and, like, definition her back, like, they're like, oh, because, like, you know, their collarbone is, like, also slightly, like, toner and, you know, presentable.
Right. It's presentable. But, okay, so usually I feel like I go out in, it's like last night, like I usually go out in straight spaces, which I kind of prefer.
Oh. Okay.
Like Alice's or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
that's
oh,
not a
yeah,
gay
yeah,
bar,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like there'll maybe be one other gay guy there or something.
Right.
Besides me. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's just me.
Right.
So last night I went, okay, I'm just jumping around. Last night I went to, for example, I went to Sidekicks.
Yeah.
Which is like this, like, it looks like your uncle's basement, and it's off the Montrose Blue Line stop. For like, I went with my roommate, it was like his friend's birthday. And there's like this tall, like cute Asian guy, and I was like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know if you're nerdy or gay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't tell if someone's nerdy or gay.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Adam was like that.
Because of how
Sorry,
they talk.
Adam.
You're like, are you talking in a gay way or a nerdy way? Like, there's like a Venn diagram where that overlaps, and kind of your mannerisms, because it's a little bit more like free with your hands and stuff.
Right.
And then like, so at the end of the night, we're about to leave, and I was like, well, I'm leaving. Let me just figure it out. So I asked like the girl whose birthday it was, and I was like, oh, is your friend like nerdy or gay? And she was like, oh, she's like, no, he's just nerdy. And then like, I knew that the pity was coming.
What?
Like, she was about to pity me.
Why?
Either for being gay or for being single, I'm not sure. And I was like, oh God, she's about to pity me. And I was like,
Run away!
tell a joke, slip into a joke, make it funny. And I was like, and like some other people walked up, and I was like, oh, haha, like, joke. And they're like, okay, we're all gonna go. And I was like, okay, sweet. And then she like puts her hand on my arm and like looks at me, and she's like, gives me the pity look. And I was like, no, I don't want this. Like, stop.
No, that's awful.
I was like, no.
It's like, we should be like, well, it's very hard to tell sometimes.
I know. I feel like, I don't know if she was just like, I feel you, like, you're gay and it's hard to, like, find someone. Or if she was just like,
you,
or if she
bitch.
was like, you're single and it's just like, it's
Oh
hard.
my
I
God.
get it, it's
What?
hard.
Is she like married? Is she married?
No, I'm not mad at her, but I just, because it's like, it's a human reaction. I get it. Like,
Is it?
pity is one of those things where you feel like you're doing the right thing, but it's clearly something that no one ever wants.
Okay. But I never feel pity on someone like that's single. I feel pity for people that are like with somebody that they are not getting along with. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
You work on that.
so those are the spaces I'm used to like going out in. So Boys Town, I was like, oh, fuck, it's a whole new ballgame. Like, everyone's gay.
Yeah.
And there was, like, this guy at the first bar, and I was like, he's cute. Like, he's, like, muscular, and he's standing by himself. Should I talk to him? And then, like, his friends came over, and I was like, whatever, I don't care.
Everyone was cute at that
Then we go to replay. He's there, too.
Oh.
And we're standing by his group of friends.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
We're standing by that group of guys, and I was like, oh. But then I'm like, how do I talk to him now? And, like, do I want to? So I was like, let me just make eyes across the room.
Yeah.
But then this is my fail, because I was like, I mean, clearly... I was like, oh, fuck, I never do this. I don't know how to do this. So I was just, like, blank, like, probably resting bitch face, like, staring, just being like...
Yes.
Being like, you like that? You like no emotion or expression and, like, slightly mad?
Yeah, Miles, like, his face became very stoic and, like, just dead in the eyes.
I was like, oh, fuck, I don't know how to do this. What do you do? Okay, so today it's called I Don't Know How to Speak Another Language.
Mm-hmm. Miles, why don't you go?
Okay, well, I hope that you're prepared because it's not just about me.
Well, yeah, I know, but this is, like, what you're most passionate about in your life.
It is one of my most passionate fails, yes.
Yes.
But, so, I speak English. I don't know if you could tell by my accent and my fluency. But I speak English. But I love learning foreign languages. Honestly, like, because it's something we didn't really do in grade school.
I did. I did Spanish.
We had Spanish 4th and 5th once a week.
Yeah.
They had launched it. They launched it for the entire grade school, but we got it late. We got it as 4th graders.
Yeah, we did.
Which honestly I never really think about, but like there are a lot of Spanish words I know from that time that I've always known, like the colors and stuff.
Oh, like the weather too.
Colors, numbers. I know the weather now, but I don't remember it from then. I had to learn it later.
Remember.
But then in middle school, well, they like threw you into French class in 6th grade, and I was like, wait, this is like so fun. And then 7th grade, you get to pick French or Spanish, and then 8th grade, nobody does it because it takes 3 trimesters, and nobody wants to give up that many exploratories.
I did. I'm like Spanish all the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then, but I just like I always thought foreign languages were really fun. I really I think the grammar the most. I really like grammar stuff, like grammar rules. That's what I was best at in.
Yeah, why do you like that?
I don't know. I just I think it's like how people really like.
You know how long it took me to the difference between your and your own or whatever,
in English?
Or like your like
Y-O-U-R?
Yeah, and then
versus
Y-O-U
apostrophe R.
Yeah. Friends. Okay, watching Friends for the 5th time with Rachel and Ross fighting about the letter that's 18 pages long, front and back. Okay?
What?
And then Ross is like, you better keep this in there. And Ross is like, Y-O-U-R-E means you are, okay? It's like, that's what that means. No one explained to me like that in, like, grade school.
But it's a contraction.
Whatever. Yeah. But, like, you are this. Like, not, like, you own something.
Yeah.
Like a possessive. And I'm like, no one explained that to me. No one.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it explained to me, but...
Well, it didn't resonate like Friends did. Okay? So I'm like,
right.
no. And then I never made that mistake again. Oh,
But,
you know grammar.
Yeah, I always really liked grammar. My pride. I feel so pathetic to have high school moments of pride that I still, feel satisfaction from. But I do.
It's not pathetic. It's pathetic, I feel like, if you don't have any, like me.
Oh, no. But I remember in French 5, senior year, we had a test, and all of the verbs were blank.
Okay.
So you had to figure out, and we had learned all the tenses at this point,
yeah.
Future, past, conditional, all of them. So you had to figure out from the context of the sentence what tense the sentence wanted.
Okay.
Without a verb, which is kind of weird to try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Then put the verb in, and then have the correct subject and stem and ending. And I got 100% on it, and even Joanne Garbinchus and James Bardeen got 90s. And they were
sorry, Ted.
And they were super smart, and I was like, this is the only time that I can excel above them.
You guys, Joanne Garbinchus is somebody from Garbinchus. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your last name, but it's somebody from our high school who, I swear to God, she should have gone to Harvard or.
Where did she go? She had a 4.3 repeating, you guys.
We should. I think I tried to look her up.
Yeah, we need to find her. So I always liked grammar. I always thought French was really fun. And, like, you know, we had it, as you took Spanish, too. Like, we had it every day a week, an hour and a half every day for 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Which was amazing.
Yeah.
And they don't really tell you that after high school, you're never going to fucking have that again.
No.
Especially if you go to art school like me, you don't take foreign language.
Oh, yeah. Well, I took foreign language, though.
So I'd like, so French, like, I mean, in high school, it's just like this magical, like, fun thing. You're in a class. But then after I moved to Savannah, I was in like a French meetup group in Savannah, which was like cool because I got to meet people that weren't students, and like people were like, I'm from Lebanon, I'm from Mexico City, I'm from this, I'm from that. And
cool.
like, so I'm trying to keep up with my French. I'm taking, eventually, like, I graduate, and I go to Chicago, and I think I do, like, one meetup group there. It goes okay. And then I move to Minneapolis. I'm in, like, I take, like, a French class for super cheap from this, like, awesome woman. She's, like, African-American, but her husband's French, and she, like, speaks, like, amazing French, and she's really cool. She used to do tours of Paris about African-American history of Paris.
That's so dope.
I know, right?
Oh my god, we need to like bring her on a trip.
Because there's like, what's his name?
Miles, are you friends with her on Facebook? Did you contact her?
I should find her.
You should find her.
And, like,
oh my god.
Yeah, because there's like Baldwin and like all the, who was like the Josephine Baker, like all those Black Americans that like lived in Paris. So I'm like, I'm just kind of like vaguely trying to keep up with French, and then I'm in I'm living in Minneapolis, and I had been to Montreal once before, and I'm like, I found like a cheap flight, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go with like my boyfriend, but oops, I broke up with him, and then I'm gonna go with my coworker, but like, she's really disorganized, and like, says she wants to go, but she's not buying the tickets. So I went to Burlington, Vermont. Oh, this was, and that's something I had never seen before, but in Burlington, Vermont, because it's the largest city in Vermont, and it's only an hour from, like, Montreal, or, like, an hour and a half. Everything's in, like, English and French, which I'd never seen in America before. Huh. Because there's so many tourists from Quebec that come to visit Burlington. It's, like, touristy for them.
Oh, really?
So there was, like, you would hear French, like, spoken and stuff, and, like, waitresses were expected to, like, know a little bit. It was cool. I was like, in America? So I go to Montreal, and I, like, find this meetup group to, like, hang out with local French people, and I, like, hang out with them. Should I talk about the German bitches?
Yeah, you should.
I hang out with them.
God, awful.
These two. Sorry, we, like, had audio to delete, so I'm telling the story again. But I'm hanging out with the locals, and, like, and the French in Canada is different. It actually was fun. This time, the first time I went to Montreal, I didn't listen for it, but this time I was like, I'm going to listen more to the accent. Okay. And it was, like, I heard it this time. What? It's more, somehow the French is even more nasal in Canada. But these locals, I was, like, trying to talk to them in, like, my French, and it was, like, kind of rusty, and they were just, like, in English, they were like, I can't understand what you're saying. Like, what are you saying? And I was like, oh my god, my French is terrible. So bad. And I couldn't understand, like, I mean, they were talking about Canadian politics, and it was 4 people talking at the same time, so that would be a nightmare to understand in any language. Right. But I, like, couldn't understand anything, and I was, like, I got home. Oh, yeah, the German bitches. So at this point, we're all speaking English, and we go to this bar, and it's like Wednesday, but it's super packed. And so there's, like, a waitress that comes to us for our drinks, but we're sitting there for, like, probably 5 minutes, and these 2 German girls are like, I cannot believe this right now. Like, how is no one coming to our service? I think we should leave. And we're like, no, it's packed in here. It's just, there's only 2 waitresses. It's just like, super
but
busy.
we're, like, the only table, though. Even though there's, like, people surrounding us, we're, like, the only table, though, right?
Yeah, they were just, like, and so we finally get our beer, and it's, like, some craft Canadian beer, like, kind of, maybe a little hoppy or something, and they're like, oh my god, do you guys think this is good? And we're like, yeah, it's, like, a craft beer. They're like, oh my god, I can't even drink this. This is disgusting. Yeah,
because it has hops.
And I was like, you guys are so snobby. Like, I'm sorry it's not German beer. We're not getting German service, which probably works, like, to the beat of a clock, but yeah. They're awful. I did not kiss them on the cheek.
That's because, like, the IBUs are, like, higher, but you usually drink. Like, okay, it's going to be happier.
You're, like, visiting Canada from Germany. Don't you want to try the local beer?
No, they should just stay in Germany. Yeah. Like, gross. Yeah. Were they hot, though?
I don't remember. I think they just had, like, brown hair. I don't know. They were, like, skinny.
Okay. So in their eyes, they're very attractive.
Right. So I got home to Minneapolis, and I was just like, wow, like that experience with French like sucked, and I got emailed by my teacher for like another French class, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna skip it. Like, what am I doing? Like,
what are you doing?
Like, what's the point?
Spanish is your way.
I can't use this. Like, why am I paying money? Like, am I gonna take this class for the rest of my life? Like, what am I doing? So I just was kind of like, and like kissed French goodbye and was like, bye, bitch.
French kiss.
I French kissed, gave him a little tongue, kissed him goodbye.
It's like, you didn't miss me, bitch.
But it made me think about like how like can you even be bilingual in America if you don't have a family supporting you?
You just have to have a native speaker, and that's the goal.
I think you have to like date one.
Well, you did a Spanish speaker.
Because even like I speak some French, and Megan Myskovsky is quite good at French. We never speak French to each other. But, like, we probably should be, but we never do.
Yeah. Well, that's your fault. Because I feel like the person that's trying to learn should be the one instigating.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and then I dabbled in Spanish a little bit. But my thing with Spanish is that I think that there's a lot of really hard things almost immediately with that language. And I will say those things are ser versus estar. And por versus para.
Yeah.
They're like very introductory things that it's like, oh, if you weren't born knowing this, then you'll never get por and para.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you won't get that.
Why don't they just have something called pora? Fucking merge
I don't know.
I wish that...
Like, Hector would honestly try to explain, like, a feeling to me and be like, what's that word? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. There's no word for that in English. There's a word for that in Spanish. I'm like, oh my God, really?
It's a weird idea when, like, languages have expressions for things that other languages don't have.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then that happened, like, several times, and every time I felt like, God, English, like, sucks.
No, but Zachary and I always talk about how there was no way in Japanese to say that you missed something.
Oh, like they missed a train? Or?
No, like, I miss you, or I miss that food. Japanese, I don't know that Korean has a word for it either.
Like, what do they have? Like, I crave?
Like, in Korean songs a lot, they say, like, bogo shipa, which means that to mean I miss you, but that literally just means I want to see you. That's how they have to just say it.
What about a food?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
I want to see
you just have to be like, I want to eat that. Like, you have to just be like, I'm sad because I can't see that, or I'm sad because I can't eat it. You have to do something like that, but...
Someone just create the word.
A workaround.
You know, just create it.
Marika, I think you should tell your Thai story again because I got...
Oh, right. So my Thai story is... so my mom is half Thai and half Indian, and she grew up in Thailand.
Work.
And and my dad kept asking me, like, don't you want to learn Thai? Do you want to learn Thai? When I was, like, 3. And their first mistake is, like, not teaching me when I was, like, a baby.
Right.
Okay. Well, and also... my mom not teaching my dad Thai. My dad's terrible at languages.
Does he know any Thai?
He knows kap kum kap, which is like thank you and like hi and like
Sawati.
Yeah, Sawadi kap.
Sawati kap.
Yeah, and cow, which is rice or food, and he says cow like a cow, like no, it's cow.
Because Thai is tonal, right?
Yeah, and there's like. No, like, past tense or anything like that in Thai grammar. It's basically just have to put yesterday somewhere in the sentence, and there you go. It's past.
That's so nice.
So she said Thai is so easy. So my dad never learned Thai also, okay? So when I was 3, they're like, hey, do you want to learn Thai? And I'm like, no. And I thought it's because you were only allowed as a human to speak one language. Because I saw my mom struggling with English so much, I'm like, she's struggling because she knows Thai. And when you're born, you're only allowed to learn one language, and you have to pick one or something like that. So
you thought that if you learned Thai, you would lose English.
Yes. And, you know, parents are, like, so dumb with kids. They're like, when they say no to something that doesn't make sense... or even if it makes sense, like, why don't you ask them, like, why? If my parents asked me why, they would be like, no. They would, like, laugh and be like, no, that's cute. But, like, that's not true. You can learn as many languages as you want. And I'm like, and I would have been like, okay, sure. But then I also was, like, scared of my mom because my mom was mean. So she had a temper back in the day. So not anymore as much.
It's probably hard with little kids, though. It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah, my mom did not have that. So, yeah. But then, as I was growing up in Batavia, my parents were like, you need to learn Spanish. And, like, I had a Spanish tutor. I studied Spanish all through middle school, except for that 1 year of French, which is dumb. And then, all through high school, a little bit in college, and I had a Spanish-speaking boyfriend, and I would talk to their parents in Spanish. And I was pretty good at Spanish. I mean, now, not so much, Avi. But my parents were like, we work in a restaurant and we speak with them all the time. So you need to learn this. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's so close and, like, you could practice all the time. Hint, hint, Miles. Like, I mean, Spanish is, like, the easiest out of any language to learn right now in America.
I mean, yeah, when I was dating an Ecuadorian guy and, like, I went to Ecuador and stuff, like...
Ow.
Honestly, like, I took a Spanish class in Chicago.
Ted bit me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, you should let him just, like, chill for a second.
Well, I was touching his, like...
Or maybe it was a love. But yeah, he's, like...
Like, he's, like... Ow. I did not as hard.
He's, like, so gentle. But, when I was dating an Ecuadorian, like... And I never took any Spanish. When I was dating him, I took, like, one class in Chicago, but that class was, like... I actually tested... It was through Truman College. It was, like, a joke. But I actually tested into Spanish, too. On the placement test. Because French and Spanish are so similar.
Right.
The grammar, especially. So, like, on the test, it's, like... I don't know what these words mean, but I can see from the sentence structure, like, what it's kind of trying to do. So...
Yeah.
So I learned, like, barely any Spanish, but so I always felt like my Spanish is better than it should be because I did almost no work on it. Like, I think I studied maybe, like, I think before the class I was nervous, so I studied for, like, maybe a month or, like, 3 weeks, like, Spanish on my own. Like, at the dinner table, I would, like, study.
Oh, my God, Miles.
Which I'm not good at that now, but.
Because you have a career.
Yeah. I mean, because I was working at a school, so I was getting home at, like, 4 every day. I had so much time. But, like, because when I was in Greece 2 years ago, like, there was a Venezuelan at the hostel who, like, slept naked.
Oh.
I know, because, like, one time we were, like, it was, like, everyone was already awake, and he was just, like, sleeping in a sheet, had, like, toppled off him, and he was just, like, his butt was just out, and I was like, dude, you're just fucking naked in this room right now. With men and women in this room.
Was it a good butt?
It was, like, fine. I don't know.
Oh, well, it wasn't.
He was, like, this Venezuelan, and he moved to Europe to do, like, music, and he lived in Austria and Germany, and now he was just, like, in Greece for some reason. But he, like, we were talking about language. He's like, oh, you speak Spanish? And I was like, oh, my God, like, poquito, ito, like, so little. He was like, no, we're going to speak Spanish right now. And he just started speaking Spanish to me, and I'm, like, somehow, like, how am I fucking understanding him right now? And then I, like, really shittily was, like, speaking Spanish back, and I was like, how am I having this Spanish conversation? I don't fucking speak this language. Like,
Miles! Okay, it came easy for you. Like,
it did. It came, like, Spanish came really easy, but it's because it's, like, the same. Because my brain is taking the foundation from all those years of French and then just, like, putting, like, shit on the end of it.
Yeah. So you should just become a Spanish speaker, okay? And then French will become, like, so easy to you.
But my accent is so gringo.
That comes later, whatever.
So gringo.
Yeah. I don't have that problem because I have a gift of ears. Yeah, no, my pronunciation for languages is very good. I feel
Mine? Okay, no, I don't want to cut you off. Like, I have a very good ear, and I have very good, like, French pronunciation, Japanese pronunciation, Korean pronunciation, but Spanish, for some reason, is, like, my pronunciation is so white.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't, because you were saying, like, you have to have someone, like, teach you what you do with your tongue.
With your mouth.
Your mouth? Yeah.
Like how French is spoken in the front of the mouth.
I don't need that lesson.
Vamos a decir buenos días. That's how I do it. I would sub the Spanish classes at Parker. And then all the kids would be talking and be like, vamos a decir buenos días.
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
And then my Spanish would like quickly, and then they'd be like, Mr. Johnson, do you speak Spanish? I was like, sí, un poco. And then it would quickly like fail because I'd try to form a full sentence and be like, fuck. Sentences.
That's so funny.
I'd be like, hoy nos vemos. Hacemos. It'd be like that. But yeah, so long story short, I'm taking Korean. I don't know
K-pop.
why. Mostly because I listen to Korean music and I watch like Korean TV on YouTube.
Yeah. My
'cause
neighbor Charles.
Watch My Neighbor Charles. I was watching this show called Battle Trip today, where like celebrities go to like a random city in Korea. Like, it was cool. They went to this restaurant where you fry the food yourself at the table.
Like a deep fryer?
Yeah, at the table.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what
They
did
were
they fry?
rolling like fish cakes and shrimp and like in just like this oil.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
There needs to be a restaurant here. Oh
I
my
know.
god.
And then they went go-karting at night.
Okay.
So the go-karts have LEDs on them. And it was like cold out, but the place gave them like earmuffs, like
What?
long underwear, winter coat, gloves, like everything they need. And then they just like go-kart. You just go-kart like at night on this like track.
Oh my god.
I was like, I want to go. It was like Daegu, Korea, which is, I think they said the least visited. It's a big city in Korea, but nobody goes there for tourism.
Okay.
And then, but so they sent these like two like pop stars there and they were like just like frying food and.
We need to go.
I know.
Have you been to Korea?
No, and I want to go to Korea, honestly, just to like eat food and drink alcohol because that's like what looks really amazing there.
Yeah. And go-karting.
But yeah, I'm learning Korean and I'm trying to like, I feel like after torturing myself with French for so long and then dabbling in Spanish, I was like, I just want something new and fresh that doesn't feel like I've been trying to learn since I've been failing at learning it since I was 12. So let me just
Miles.
try with Korean, and it's been like fun and classes are really cheap and I don't know if I'll ever like really speak it that well, but it's like fun to
I
learn.
don't feel that way.
About Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
I like Spanish, and I honestly, right now, doing this this episode, I think about. I thought I kept hearing the train. I think about like this grammar folder that we made in Spanish 3 or 4 in high school that basically had like all the tenses, and it was just like laid out so well, and I just loved it. And one side was past, one side was conditional, and I don't know. And then I'm like, God, I really wish I saved that. I think I tried, but then it just got thrown away.
I think you could download that.
No, I want that folder. I want the folder
Okay.
that I wrote, and then I'll like remember and retain it better. And
Yeah.
like, because my conditional and past tense stuff is like not very good.
Yeah.
It's like estaba. That's a word, right?
Oh, that's the other thing about Spanish. There's 4 ways to say I was.
Yeah.
And that French, there's only 2, which is still one, double English. But I was like, I can't handle this right now, Spanish. There's 4 ways to say I was. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Like,
Well, not really. Estaba as I was is like the main one that you need to know. So.
but then there's 3 others.
Well, you have to change like the ending depending if it's AR or ER.
Right.
And then
Estaba,
and then
estuve,
Yeah.
fue.
fue.
There's a 4th one.
Oh yeah, there is fue. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But like estaba is kind of like it changes all the time, and fue was like something that you really
That happened at a specific time.
right. Yeah.
That's like French. French is the same way.
Yeah.
You have specific time, then you have ongoing in the past, or descriptive.
Right.
And then I remember I asked my Spanish teacher, the one class I took, I was like, when the fuck are we using estuve? And she was like, if you were sick.
Yeah.
She's like, that's a description in the past that happened at a specific time. That's estuve. And I was like, ew.
No, you just say like it's. I don't know. I've never like had that. Oh my god, really? Estuve enferma?
Yeah. I think, yeah. And then there's the 4th one that we're forgetting right now.
I don't know. Yeah, see, but it would be on that folder. All of it was on this
Or like
folder.
on the internet.
/folder. I want that folder back.
So your opinion about your Spanish is just that you want a folder.
Yes. Yes. Basically, because if I had that folder, like, and I like looked at it all the time, like I would like it helped me so much in that class, and it continually helped me throughout high school. And I think I brought it to college too. But, like, yeah, I just really enjoyed that folder a lot. And my Spanish teacher was amazing, Mrs. Johnson. Right? Was that her last name? She was so happy and very go-lucky.
I feel like foreign language teachers had the most fun.
Yeah, and then I found out that she was single and, like, never been married. And she was, like, pretty. And I'm like, what? You seem like the most fun person, like, ever to date.
How old was she?
She was, like, 30s, 40s.
Okay, so we still have time.
Back then, but not anymore.
We still have time, I'm saying.
Oh, we still have time.
Because we're fun and pretty and single.
Yeah, we are.
We're single guy at Boys Town with the arms. Okay, that didn't talk to me.
I don't have
I didn't talk to you.
I don't have a crush right now, so.
I'm working on something on Facebook still, but it's been like fucking 2 weeks. I'm still fucking working on that.
Miles, like, is really good about, like, see, this is the only adult fail that Miles really has.
That is not true. We'll have
That
more.
is not, that, like,
This bugs me
again,
that
is
this
most passionate about.
Yeah, I'm most passionate about, yeah.
Dating life is actually, like, alive, up and running. You're being proactive.
I'm making attempts, yeah.
You're being proactive. That is, like, more than, like, 90% of our generation. You found your dream job before turning 30. You're financially responsible. I don't know what else there is. You're cultured. Like, you're open to culture.
We'll have episodes about, like, money, home ownership. That's an adult thing.
Right. Yeah.
But, so to wrap all of this up, because it's been on my mind, honestly, because we're going to France.
Yes.
And, like, I feel like if we were going anywhere else, I would be like, oh, my God, yeah, fun trip. But, like, France, in the back of my mind, I'm just like, it's a test. It's just like Montreal. It's another fucking test. And how are you going to do this time?
You're going to, like, do, like, that one test that you aced in high school. The verb, like...
Could not ace that test now because I would not be able to do all the spellings of the irregulars, but we'll see. I've been using, I don't know. It's gonna be fine, but I feel like for a lot of it, I just...
This is what I'm fantasizing about Paris.
Okay.
Constantly having a satchel on my person with baguette, butter, wine, a little bit of cheese.
Just in a hand, like in a purse at your side?
My career purse that I'm bringing probably, it can't hold all that.
You're gonna be a walking French restaurant?
Yeah.
French cafe?
And then, like, me and Jamie are just towning it up, walking around in galleries, eating bread and butter. That's what I want to happen. Like, I want to get, I don't care.
It's probably literally gonna happen because the hostel's gonna give us free bread and butter.
Okay, but I want good, like, not just, like, plain old, like, oh, this is what we got from the grocery store. I want, like, from a French bakery and, like, from this cow that was out in the pastures living a happy cow life, eating green grass all the fucking time, and, you know,
I'm sorry, cow
salted.
the animal or cow the Thai word?
Fuck you. Cow the animal, okay? And it was churned, you know, the day before. And yeah, and me and Jamie are in our, like, you know, red lipsticks, being glorious. I don't care about becoming fat on this trip. Don't care.
Right.
Don't care. I'm eating everything in sight. Eating it. You guys, next time is going to be about our trip.
Yeah.
And Miles going to be 30.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably... Whenever these episodes come out, I'm going to be like 30 on all these episodes anyway. But yeah, I mean, in this time...
In this time...
this dimension of the podcast, yes.
Right. Yep.
Still 29.
30.
Still 29 in this dimension. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, and guys, you can email us
Yep.
with your, like, questions about things that you don't know how to do, and we won't know how to answer those questions, but we would love them.
We really would, because we need more stuff on this podcast.
Yeah, we need to be even longer than it already is. So our email address is idkpod, that's idkpod @gmail.com.
Yeah, can't wait to hear from you.
Please.
Yeah. We're working on a Google number voicemail
Yeah, work
system.
on a way you can leave voicemails.
Fucking...
Fuck the L. Okay, bye.
Okay. Game Boy Advance.
Where is it?
I don't know. I think my mom gave it away because I didn't play it for like 10 years.